All right, we are live. So we're at chapter 30 this week. 30 is kind of the cleanup chapter for participles. So it throws a bunch of information at you before we move on, because after chapter 30, we move into deeper into the non-indicative subjunctives. You're going to be dealing with other forms a little bit later. So chapter 30 is kind of a cleanup for all of this. So we throw perfect participles, genitive absolutes, and then I think paraphrastic constructions are at the end of this chapter. So we got a lot of fun things to deal with here. The perfect construction is not anything different. It's going to carry the same meaning of translation. It's something that happened in the past, a completed event that has ongoing effects for today. So that's the way we see perfect tense. And so as we work through that, we continue to do the same thing. And the same rules apply for adverbial and adjectival. So all of that is reviewed. But you can see the way the perfect tense is formed on page 277. Your active form has a very unique ending. So this kos, quia, kos, katos, quios, katos, all of those are easy to identify. When you see that kappa in the ending, it looks like a perfect. The other way to identify is the way that we often identify perfect, not just in participles, but with the redupe at the beginning, right? So you've got a reduplication that's happening. And that's an easy way to tell the perfect out from the others. So your perfect participle active has a unique ending with that kappa as the informative, and so it's very easy to identify. The middle passive looks a lot like the other middle passives, menos, mene, menon, the endings, but you can tell that it's perfect because at the front of it. So, perfect is pretty. Aaron, where are you? Is that you? Is that you making all that noise?
Is it?
I don't know. Where are you?
I'm in a coffee shop.
Oh, okay. That's you making all that noise.
Wait, do you hear my chewing?
No. Well,
okay.
Yes, but no, I hear grinding of like coffee things or whatever.
Wait,
blenders.
Do you hear me eating my apple though?
Yeah, I have been.
Yes, every bite.
Every bite.
You're welcome.
We can hear you swallowing too. It's really weird.
Are you serious? Sure.
So,
no, someone needs to be real with me because I'm going to eat my apple or not.
No, eat your apple. It's fine. Nobody cares. They're all focused on me.
This is so awkward.
So the perfect participle, it really gives just a very, very small section.
I don't know how to do that. How do I mute myself? Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's at the top of your screen. There's a little mic. Got it. Tag you're it. All right. All right. So, you guys are now typing things at me. Okay. So as we continue on, the perfect is not a big deal. It does give you a little note about the first and second perfect, but most of your perfect participles are in the first. So very few are in the second perfect, which you can see that in the advanced section. But moving on to genitive absolutes. Genitive absolutes are fun. You guys are silly. Genitive absolutes are fun things. These, especially by authors like Matthew in the book of the Bible, loves genitive absolutes. A genitive absolute is sort of a way of communicating offline information that's important to the context the author deems important, but it has no grammatical connection to the rest of the sentence. So the sentence can stand alone without the information, but it's a way for the author to put that information in there, let you know he thinks it's important for you to know for the context of the scenario, and he puts it in. He'll use a genitive absolute construction. Now, when you see this genitive participle, number one, genitive absolutes, the participle will always be anarthrous. Okay? but you'll see the subject that's in that phrase will generally have an article with it sometimes. But a genitive absolute, what you're going to do is you're not going to translate it as a genitive. So it's typically, yeah, anyway, you're not going to translate it as a genitive. So you're not going to do the of type of thing. It's generally going to be temporal. Most of the time it's going to be temporal, which is an adverbial feature. So your genitive absolute is going to function in that way. You can see the examples on page 278, and immediately while he was still speaking is your genitive absolute there. Judas comes. So the sentence is, and immediately Judas comes, but he throws in that offline information in a genitive absolute form. You can also see here in Luke, and it happened that, and then offline information after the demon had gone out, the mute man spoke. So the sentence is, and it happened that the mute man spoke, but the author found it important to let you know that it was after the demon had gone out. It's this extra bit of information that they can put in a genitive absolute form. So that's so anyway, that's the way it works. You can see in the translation section that it gives you some thoughts for translation, some guidelines. Look at the very first sentence on 30.11 on page 279. It says the translation of the genitive absolute is idiomatic. You cannot translate it word for word. So you're going to have to think when you come to a genitive absolute. You're not going to be able to word for word lay it down. In participles in general, by the way, you have to think. They're idiomatic by nature. So, but a genitive absolute is absolutely idiomatic. So you can see these guidelines provide a starting point for translation. You can see that most of the genitive absolutes in the New Testament are temporal. And so you'll translate them with a temporal clause. But look at number 2 there. It says, if there is a subject in the genitive, use it and perhaps the finite form of the verb in order to translate it. So it would look a little different if that were the case. And then it gives you an example here. As he was going down, his servants met him. So the sentence is, his servants met him, but as he was going down is the offline information that's thrown in there. So we have those two main things. How are you guys feeling with this? Are you grasping the idea of genitive absolute, or am I just flying over this too quickly? You're not grasping it, Sharon? Okay. All right. Well, what questions do you have? And you might have to turn on your microphone. Yeah.
I think like once I start translating, do some practice translations, that will be helpful. I haven't done that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Identifying, probably one of the hardest things is actually identifying the genitive absolute.
Well, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, he said that it's normally at the beginning of the sentence.
Normally, right. Okay. And I was going to say the same thing. Normally, it's at the beginning, at the front of the sentence. However, it can be in, not at the front or after a few words. But a genitive absolute, it's going to stand out sort of like a sore thumb, because there's going to be no reason, and it's not going to make sense in the genitive. You're going to look at it and you're going to go, what is going on? So when it's in the genitive, you just, the filter in your mind should be, oh, this might be a genitive absolute. And so again, it's a tool for the author. I'm trying to think of an English way to bring this out. It's a tool for the author to say, by the way, or hey, here's some extra. Hey, that girl, Erin. Oh, by the way, the one eating the apple while we're recording. Yeah, she does Greek very well. And so you can see that there's sort of this. It's the same way we would talk in English. We would use commas in the English sentence to break that out.
Yeah.
Right? But the author here can just throw in a genitive absolute, and that does it for him.
Yeah. So I guess, like, I don't know what you call this. Like, what do you call the word, like, okay, in 30.12?
Yeah.
You see the translations, and he says, like, while he was saying these things to them? Like, you know, how do I know if it's going to be while or as or?
Okay, well, it follows the same. Just a good guess when you get to a genitive absolute. A good guess, because most of them in the New Testament are going to be temporal. So a good guess is that you're going to translate temporally.
Okay.
And in order to do that, you would follow the normal adverbial rules. If it's in the present form, you would use while.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in the aorist form, you would use after. Right?
After.
Yeah. Because those were the rules for the present and aorist participle, adverbial participle.
Okay. So most of the time they're going to be temporal.
Yeah, most of the genitive absolutes you're going to come across are going to be temporal.
Okay.
Not all the time, but most of them will be. So that needs to be the first thing you try. If it doesn't make sense, again, the genitive absolute, like any participle, is dictated by the words around it in its syntactical form.
Mm-hmm.
The syntax is important. The words around it are important.
Okay.
So if you try to translate it temporally and it doesn't make sense, then you just have to, as a translator, you're going to say, all right, well, it's not temporal. It's something else. But temporal should be the first thing you go to with a genitive absolute.
Okay.
Sharon, how you feeling about it?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I forgot I wasn't on mute.
It's all right. You feel okay?
Actually, I'm with Aaron. I just need to kind of get used to it.
Practice it a
As
little
of
bit.
right now, no, it's not. It's not sinking in yet.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
But there's nothing hindering us from moving on.
Right.
Okay, great. Well, on page 280, we come to paraphrastic constructions. And this little section is kind of like a for your information.
Okay.
You're going to see some forms, and you're going to wonder why you don't translate the me and the participle. You just need to recognize that it's a paraphrastic construction, and it's there. It's idiomatic also. It's there to create emphasis. It was on its way out during Koine Greek. So when you see it in Koine Greek, it's still lingering around, but it doesn't carry the same power it did before.
Okay.
But you still have to know that it's a thing. It's something you have to deal with. So, paraphrastic construction, you're going to come across several of them as you do your exegesis papers. So you just need to know that this is a paraphrastic construction, and you can see all the different in 30.15, all the different forms of them. So you've got the present, imperfect, future, perfect, pluperfect, and future perfect. And you should know that aorist doesn't happen in here because the whole idea behind a paraphrastic construction before was that it emphasized the ongoing, continuous nature of the action. And aorist, since it's a completed action, doesn't have that.
Okay.
What's up, Aaron? Do you have a question?
So, yeah. Wait? Did you say aorist is a completed action?
Yeah. Aorist is completed.
Okay.
Whereas present is an ongoing.
It's continuous. Yes. Okay. And what aspect is that called? Like completed versus continuous?
Yeah.
Is that called aspect?
Yeah, that's aspect. Yes.
Okay. So there's aspect, temporal.
Well, no. When you translate temporally, that's the way it's functioning.
Right.
So the verb is functioning. The adverb's functioning temporally. Then the aspect will influence you on how to translate it temporally. So if it's a completed aspect, you would say after. If it's a continuous aspect, you would say while.
Okay.
Both of those can be translated temporally. It's just the aspect influences how you do that.
Okay.
So
sorry, just trying to. Can you give an example for 30.115, like an actual, like, and then what is the pluperfect and future perfect? Have we done that? Am I like crazy?
Oh.
What's up, Sharon?
Oh, it's freezing on me. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No, quick. You said the aorist is completed. Isn't it undefined?
Huh?
Isn't it undefined? I'm confused.
It is. It's undefined, completed. Those are the same ideas.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's undefined action. Yours actually, I think, Mounts would like your definition of it better than mine. So did you guys learn future perfect yet?
I don't think so, unless I'm completely wrong. I don't
Well,
know.
you should have learned it back in the indicative.
Did we learn that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did or did not?
Am I just like completely spacing out?
That's with the K. No.
Okay. Well, the future perfect, apparently it'll like throw it in somewhere else for you just for fun. Future perfect does not show up very much, and you can see it on your vocab card. It's the one that looks really weird at the end.
Okay.
That's
Let me call this 7.
yeah.
So it's kind of like a yeah. Yeah, I don't. Okay, Aaron, on page 234 and 235 of your book, it lays out. It's in the advanced information section, but it lays out the pluperfect and the future perfect.
Okay, 234. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, now the pluperfect is just like the perfect, except for it functions in the past. So from perspective, it's a very far past event that was continuous up to a time, but it's all in the past. That's what a pluperfect is.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like a perfect is an event that happened that has ongoing, continuous, present impact.
Yeah.
A pluperfect takes that entire scenario that I just said right there and shifts it all into the past. So there was an event that had ongoing impact for those people, but it's not present. It's not
Gotcha.
today. So
Okay.
the pluperfect is used back then. They're very rare.
Okay.
And as you can see, the future perfect only happens 6 times in the New Testament.
Okay. Where you see that?
It's in 25.25 on page 235.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it appears only 6 times, and every time it's in a periphrastic construction. So you're never going to see it outside of a periphrastic construction.
Okay. I guess I'm still confused on what a periphrastic construction is.
It's going to be a me verb attached to a participle, a non-aorist participle.
Okay.
And it's going to be translated essentially, you can see right here on the top of 281, translate the periphrastic construction just as you would the regular formation of the tense. Perhaps the continuous idea will be emphasized, but that is up to the context and not the verbal form.
Could you give
Essentially, the periphrastic construction does nothing. It will just, the reason they're giving it to you is because you're going to get confused when you see an me verb with a present participle. You're going to say, how do I translate that? When they're going to tell you you just translate it just like the regular participle, because it's a periphrastic construction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's translated like a participle.
It's translated just like the participle would be translated.
Okay.
And the periphrastic construction used to be there to emphasize the ongoing nature of it. But now it just shows up. It lost that in Koine Greek, and now really you just translate it as a present participle or perfect participle or things like that. And to be honest, it's just giving you this information so that when you come across periphrastic construction in the Greek, you're not confused.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, and the last part in the book that's actually really important is alternate translations. I found, I love that they just tack it on at the very end of the chapter.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that participles function in these forms so many times.
Darn.
So, yeah. So it just kind of, Mounts has his system of teaching you, and I'm going to teach you adverbially temporal, and I'm going to teach you, a participle adjectively as this. But to be completely honest, participles get real hairy as you get into interpretation. You have to start deciding what the participle's actually doing. So you can see here that that the adverbial participle, it can be instrumental, which would be by. We toil by working with our hands, not we toil while working with our hands or anything like that. But it can be by. It can be instrumental, like a tool. How's it being done? Concessive participle. Concessive idea. Even though you have eyes, you do not see. So, whereas we might be tempted to put something else there, like while having eyes, you do not see. It's more of a concessive idea. And then sometimes a participle can be just translated as a regular finite verb.
Okay.
All of this is dictated by context.
So it's hard to do it, to figure it out just by a sentence.
Right, just by a sentence here or by whatever, it really is a contextually driven thing.
Okay.
Participle is a multi-tool. It's a participle is a Swiss Army knife for a writer. It can do anything.
Okay.
So, so yeah. I think it's helpful to know on page 282, they give you two summaries. They give you one summary for the chapter, and then they give you a summary of Greek participles.
Okay.
It'd be good to just read over that, make sure that you've grasped all of those concepts.
Okay. Yeah, that would be helpful. In class,
Yes.
are we going over new chapters in class?
Yeah,
Okay.
you will be.
Okay.
Why?
I was just trying to, I just don't know if I should study ahead.
Yeah, as you get into class, you're going to be covering the subjunctive,
Okay.
infinitive.
Any heads up on that? Is it hard?
No, it's just more forms. The subjunctive, the infinitive, and the imperative are just all going to be more forms.
Okay.
And so at this point, you just make sure, I would say, the new information, here's my view on the end of Greek 2. The new information is not that hard. It's just close enough to the old information that you can easily start getting it confused.
Okay.
So the best tactic, as far as I'm concerned, is make sure, yeah, you're right, Eric. It will be very helpful for your first New Testament assignment.
The subjunctive would be really helpful for our first New Testament assignment.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
As far as
knowing, yeah. Well, he's talking specifically about Romans 5:1.
for the
Yeah, because
the textual criticism.
Say
or
what?
for the textual criticism.
Yeah, textual criticism. Because here's the thing: in Romans 5:1, it's not hard to figure out. The variant on ekamen, is the variant on that changes it from because the subjunctive would move from an omicron to an omega.
Okay.
And so it's an easy thing to see how they got messed up. Yeah, I was going to say omega, but I decided that probably wasn't very wise. But she made me do it anyway. So whatever. Okay. So here's the thing: is that the subjunctive takes a verb and it gives it a potential. So a subjunctive, if I were to use subjunctive in English, I'd say I may eat today instead of I eat, right? And so I might or I may is what a subjunctive's form. Now there are tons of forms. There's subjunctives also is when you get into third-class conditionals and all kinds of conditional phrases. And a subjunctive can also mix with certain things, can be a very forceful imperative. But the subjunctive is very versatile. But the thing is that in Romans 5:1, it can cause some issues because it's either we are having whatever the verse is, we have justification, or it goes to a subjunctive which says we may have,
okay,
or we might. So that's where the variant becomes an issue. But anyway, that's for anybody who's watching the video. That's free. I'm not charging you a penny for that. But the subjunctive, because you guys don't know the subjunctive yet, I don't have a problem saying that. But as you dive into the subjunctive, it turns things into a might or possibility, not a firm defined.
Okay.
So theologically, that has big implications.
Yeah, it's huge.
So, but yeah, so as you get through these other chapters, the things are small enough to confuse what you've already known. My suggestion is go back and make sure you're solid on what you know, so that when you add the new things, it's not as confusing. Because I'm telling you, it's not going to be hard for you to learn new things. It's the simple stuff. As Eric said, simple chapter, subjunctive, imperatives are simple, infinitives are the easiest ever. So it's not going to be new hard stuff. But I would go back and make sure you're really solid on what you know, if you want to prepare for it. Yeah. So, and guys, that's it for the chapter. What do you want to do? You want to go through some parsing and things?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do translation, or do you want to talk inter? I know that I promised Eric that we would get to some of his questions about the text.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever y'all want to do.
Okay, really quick. Parsing, got it. Really quick, I gotta bring this up. What chapter is this? 30?
Yes.
Okay. I promise we'll get through parsing by then. Cool.
I'm gonna need it.
Come on. Why are you the slowest computer in the world?
Taking a break? No, not break.
My computer is amazingly slow.
Great, here. Me?
It's really funny that Sharon's typing things and your mic is on there, and you're. This is great. All right, let me go back and grab this thing.
Aaron, you were still talking and then went to mute. What'd you say?
No, I said I'm not typing it on. It's really advanced. Do you hear that? How? I don't understand how that works.
Your mic is picking up everything, that's all.
Okay.
Peace.
Eric, question about translation.
So how was the quiz last week?
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
It was okay.
All right, who wants it?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay. Lalukuya? How do you say that? Lalukuya?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. The Kuya, that's in our. Is that was that a iota?
Did you write it down or you need me to hold it up?
Was there an iota? Okay, yeah.
There's a subscript, yes.
Dative. It is a dative. It's very long. Therefore, it's an active participle present. No, wait. What's the word I'm looking for here? Perfect active participle.
Okay. What gender?
Feminine.
It is. From what word?
From Luo.
Luo. And how would you inflect it?
This is active, so after having loosed or having loosed.
There you go. Having loosed would be perfect. Don't worry about the temporal at this point.
I kept going between those, between that and just trying to make sure I recognize the difference.
All right, Aaron.
Okay.
Epsilon at the end.
Okay. Hold on. Again. How do you pronounce that? Again? Menu?
Ignominu?
Egnomenu? Okay. Egnomenu. Okay. Okay. Genitive. Singular. Is it singular?
Yeah.
Perfect. Masculine neuter. Middle passive participle.
Okay. Why would you say it's perfect?
Oh, because you can't trick me like that. Oh, crap. Oh, this is Eris. Is Eris?
I don't see a sigma or anything.
What word is this? I thought it was gamma. Man. Is it from Gnosko?
You're right. It is.
So is it imperfect?
Well, an imperfect would have the iota because the imperfect uses the present tense stem, right? Uses the lexical form.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be gino, right? But I don't see an iota there.
So I just see an augment with the epsilon.
Right.
So in my mind, it's either imperfect or aorist.
Hmm.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. You tell me. What you got to be confident at this point. You know what you're doing?
Okay, is it aorist?
No.
Okay. Wait, I'm getting confused.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Can you look on page 226 of your book?
Okay.
And look at the very bottom of number 2, right above number 3.
226. Say that again. Right above where?
Right above the little number 3 at the very bottom of number 2.
Okay.
Redo.
You were right. It is a perfect, but I wanted you to know that with these specific 2 consonants words,
Mhm.
that the redo comes across what looks like an augment.
Okay. Tricky. Okay. So say that again. Say that little phrase you said.
It's a vocalic reproduction, is what it's called.
Okay.
But it's because the gamma and the nu are both consonants right there at the beginning.
Yeah.
It does something a little bit different there, and it just uses what looks like an augment, but it's actually a vocalic reduplication.
Okay.
So
That's helpful. Okay, so having been known from Gnosko.
having been known, perfect. And what gender did you say that was?
Masculine neuter?
Masculine.
No. Wait. I'm getting confused.
Don't get confused. You're too foreign Greek to get confused at this point.
It is masculine neuter, right?
It is.
Okay.
All right. Who's up?
Hey Joseph,
Yes.
I forgot to say plural on my word. I think.
Is it plural?
No, you said singular, and you were right.
Wait.
You can't change it now.
Oh, it is singular. I'm sorry. I thought I forgot to say it.
No, you said singular, and you
I
were
wrote
right.
down. My bad. Sorry.
All right.
Cannot read that.
That is Pepistukatos. Kates. Pepistukates. Is it my sigma that's throwing you off?
Yeah.
I have a wacky sigma.
Okay.
My kappa's weird too. Looks like somebody's sitting on the toilet.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know how you get that.
Really?
I don't think so.
Scary. Yep.
Whose go is it?
It's yours.
Wait, where's everybody else? Okay.
They're playing the quiet game. Eric is doing this thing where he sits really still the entire time.
It's a magic trick.
It is.
It is. All right. Cat test. Test 313. Yes. Nominative.
Oh yeah, it's nominative.
Thank you, Eric.
Pistol. So it's nominative, plural. Got that one right. I said it this time. Yeah. Okay, so you got the redo. So, perfect,
Yeah?
active, participle.
What's the gender?
Is that it's masculine.
Okay. What lexical form?
Pastua,
Okay.
and it is okay. Having believed.
Having believed. Perfect. That was good.
I guess.
You got it, girl. Hey, I do want to just let you know it's 5:21. I don't want you
I gotta
to
go. Hey y'all. All right. Thank
But
you.
yeah, you can watch the rest of them.
Bye, Cheryl.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Let's.
Okay. an iota in the middle that I have scratched.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Wait.
Yeah, Chad's looking pretty motionless too. He's also looks as if he's got a neck problem.
No, you scared.
Oh, he left.
Scared him away.
Eric,
You scared him away.
that was really mean.
Wait, what is that? Baptiste?
Baptiste
Okay.
Menois.
Menois. Okay. All right, let's see here. It is perfect because I see the reduplication. It's masculine neuter, and it's middle passive, participle, and it's dative plural. So having been baptized.
Yes.
Okay.
And its lexical form was, you said it already, but
Baptizo.
Baptizo, yep.
Did you answer Eric's question? Oh no.
What was it?
He wrote in the chat, the group chat,
Okay.
and but it's about translation.
What was it?
It says it was number 4 of the translation.
Oh, number 4 in the workbook?
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the encouragement, Eric.
Yep, workbook number 4.
Do you see do you have the group chat up?
I do.
Okay.
It goes away though really quick.
Oh, mine just. Oh, he said he just disagreed with Bill's translation.
Oh, with good old Mountsy.
Is it? Tron says deponent.
What's deponent? He
Um,
was born, but it seems to me that something like has been born. Okay. So it would be the one. It's a perfect.
Can I translate that?
Yeah, you want to translate for? Do you want to hit the last? Let's hit the last parsing before we move there.
Okay, got it.
Very last parsing.
Let's do it. Okay. Anabep. Whoa. Okay. Anabino. That's what that's from, right?
I think you got it.
Anabino.
But I don't see any reduplication.
Well, Anna whatever. Well, the reduplication is happening with the beb.
Right. It's
beta
BP. It's B because it's a compound.
It's a compound, yes.
In the middle. Good.
Okay, hold on. I'm copying that. Okay. Okay, it's perfect. Feminine. Actually, I'm not sure about that.
Oops.
Yes. Okay. Nominative, singular, active, participle.
Yes.
Okay. Having gone up.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
I've noticed a trend.
All right.
Can I translate number 4 then?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, all the gamma verbs, I get confused with their root.
Okay.
So with genomai, it's gamma epsilon nu,
Okay.
right?
Right.
And with Ganao,
Now,
it's
hold on. Okay.
With
Genomai.
gna,
What does genomai mean?
I become, I exist, I have.
Right. Okay.
And gnao means I beget, I bear, I produce, right?
Right.
And its root is gamma epsilon nu nu.
Nu.
And then with gnosko, it's just gamma
Gnu.
nu.
Nu.
Gn. Okay, all right. So ta ge gene genemenon
Okay.
ectes sarx estin kai ta ge genemon. I don't know how to say that.
Gegenamenon.
Gegenemenon. Ek tu pneumatos.
Yeah, pneumatos.
Pneumatos. Pneuma estin. Okay. Okay. I get a little overwhelmed. Okay. Okay, so this is a perfect participle. So coming from ganao. So is it not having been born? Having been born?
Yeah, if you wanted to bring across the perfect, you could say the one having been born.
The one? Why would you say that?
Because it's a. Well, you tell me. Sorry.
Well, I see a definite article, but I thought they were in.
Okay. Hey, let me hit you, Eric, really quick on your question about
Okay.
why Mount
Yeah.
splits it as is,
Sorry.
not in the perfect sense. It's because your participles, as such, like this, tend to run less interesting an aspect as just the whole context of the verse. So Mounts is going to put it as is from the perspective of the author. He's just going to say this is what's happening, the one that is born, or that which is born from flesh, because he's going to say that's what makes sense in context. However, in this context, I don't see how the perfect, lame. I don't see how the perfect does any damage to this. The one having been born, or that which has been born from the flesh is flesh. That works perfect. So stick with it. You're not wrong on that. So, all right, Eric.
Bye, Eric.
Later, buddy. Eric, I will, by the way, okay, you're gone. I will take care of the Romans question that you had earlier.
Okay. Okay, so you said the one having been born.
Well, you go ahead. You go ahead
Okay.
and tell me what's
So
going on.
having been born from flesh,
Okay.
but then it has the word flesh again.
It does.
Flesh.
Flesh.
Having been born from, but then I see the estin. Is that doing that weird genitive absolute thing?
Oh, you mean periphrastic construction?
Periphrastic construction?
No, not in this sentence. It's not.
No, it's not. Okay. So, okay, having been born from flesh, he, she, it is flesh.
Yeah, but you need a subject. I mean, it's okay that you're assuming. That's why I went with the one or that which. The one having been born of flesh is from, or the one having been born from flesh is flesh.
Okay. So how did you get the subject from what?
Well, you tell me, Aaron, what kind of participle is that?
It's a you're asking me questions.
Right.
It's a adjectival.
Okay. If it's adjectival, is it attributive?
No,
Substantival.
substantival.
So with a substantival participle, you can provide the subject, the one who.
Didn't we just read that it was an arthrous?
No, that's a genitive absolute.
Oh, okay,
Absolute is
that's
an
right.
arthrous, and also an adverbial participle is an arthrous.
Right. Okay. So, the one having been born from flesh is flesh, and the one having been born from the spirit is spirit.
Spirit. Right. Perfect. So, Aaron, this is what I mean by you need to go back and make sure you're solid on all your other stuff, because even that little bit of information about a genitive absolute has you questioning adjectival participles in general. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just go back and make sure you're solid on all that stuff, because those little tweaks,
Right.
Mouse is going to start making up all the stuff that he left out now, and you don't want it to confuse your baseline.
Yeah. Okay. Can we keep doing some?
Yeah, hit it.
Okay, let's do number 5.
Okay.
Okay, and they were amazed from. Oh no, they were amazed. On. Is epi? Can that be? I know epi is translated as on his teaching.
Yeah, you can put at here. Or
At, okay.
Yeah, on with, I guess, with.
Okay. And they were amazed at his teaching. Ain. That's the imperfect of Amy, correct?
Good.
And oh man, which is it? And he was didascone. Okay. I see a kappa there.
Okay, what word is it coming from?
Oh, didasco. Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that kappa is part of the word. I don't think.
Okay. It's coming from didasco. So it's just a genitive plural from. Okay, for he was. Teaching us. Is that right?
Us. Where's us?
Altus.
Us would be
Them.
hey. Okay.
Teaching.
Yeah, good.
Teaching them.
Yep.
As having authority.
What kind of participle is that?
Oh, is that a participle?
Oh, sorry. Econe. Can you parse that for me?
That's not a participle, is it?
What else is it? What could it be?
Just a verb from echo.
Okay, but when you see verbs, where's the new coming from at the end of it?
The genitive. Like.
Well, regular verbs don't have genitive.
Oh. Right. Yes. Okay. Sorry.
But if you see a genitive there and it's a verbal form,
yeah.
it's a participle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In teaching them.
By the way, that's not genitive though in the participle. That's a nominative.
It's a nominative?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because it's a present participle, and the present participle nominative masculine is own.
Where's that at in the book?
About to get there.
Okay.
Let me see here. Ruby is. We don't want indicative. We want participles. Okay, if you look at your present participle chart, look at page 247.
Okay, wow, I gotta go real back. Okay, 247. Oh, that's right. Darn it, I knew that.
Okay.
On, usa, on, ontos, uses, ontos. Okay, so
So own is going to be nominative singular there.
for he was teaching them. So you were. So what's while?
Mm,
No.
probably not while. I don't think it's. I think it's adjectival.
I'm getting confused, Joseph.
Huh?
I'm getting confused. For he
I
was
know it gets tough.
okay. So for he was teaching them as okay. So it's present participle.
Hmm.
And how do you translate a present participle?
I think you're right as having authority, but you may want to just put in there as one having authority.
As one having. Okay.
Clarify the subject. Lost my pen.
As one having. How do I know that?
Well, because that participle is functioning as a adjective.
As a substantival?
I think so because it's standing in the place
Okay.
of he who is teaching.
Okay. And okay. For he was teaching them as one having authority and not as what? As scribes?
Yeah, as the scribes.
As the scribes. Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
That's out of Matthew chapter 7, I think.
Okay. Okay. All right. Can we do one more?
Sure.
Okay. And okay, I'll do number 6. And immediately, Etty is still or yet. Okay. Is this a genitive absolute?
It is. Good call.
Okay, so autu la untas.
Good. You can put little parentheses around that genitive absolute because it doesn't have anything grammatically to do with the sentence.
Okay. Okay. And immediately. Is Etty being translated as still or yet? Because it doesn't make sense. And
Yeah, still probably. And remember, it's temporal. Genitive absolutes are typically temporal.
Okay, and immediately still.
Now remember, temporal. The whole phrase is temporal. So while.
Oh, okay. So while he was speaking.
Still, maybe still speaking.
Okay, and while he was still speaking.
Yeah, so there's going to be commas there. So you got
okay,
and immediately, comma, while he was still speaking, comma, and then finish the sentence.
Okay, and immediately, comma, while he was still speaking.
Right.
Was it be was?
No,
While he was still speaking.
What parse the participle?
Okay. It's a present active participle.
Right. And you're right. By following the rules, you would say while he is still speaking.
Okay.
But it's from the author's perspective of an event that he's recording. So it immediately, while is good. While he was still speaking is the appropriate way to translate that.
He came to Israel.
Where do you see Israel?
Oh.
I see Eudas.
I'm just guessing that that's Israel.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what that word is. Eudas.
Well, it's capitalized. So what does that mean?
Judea.
Oh, no, close, but no.
Jerusalem?
Judea. Say what?
Jerusalem?
No. I don't think it's a place. What else would be capitalized?
A proper noun,
Okay, like a name?
like a name,
Okay.
like
Well,
John.
right, except for that doesn't make sense here. And a lot of times the E is a J, right? So what would that sound like?
Uh, Judas.
Right.
All right. Immediately while he was still speaking, he came.
Who came?
He came.
Who?
Judas. Judas came. Judas. Okay. All
Judas
right.
came. Yeah.
Judas came to the 12
Yep.
and mm, um and with the crowd and with his crowd or with his people.
Okay, ice there. Is that a preposition?
Yes.
Is it? Because it looks like heis.
No. Judas came.
Ice would have a smooth breathing mark. That's a rough.
Yeah, you're right.
What is that?
Is ice one?
It is.
Okay.
So I think that entire phrase there goes with Judas.
What phrase?
That entire ice to dodeca.
Okay, so immediately while I was still speaking, Judas came.
No, put it with Judas. The ice to dodeca.
Okay, all right. And immediately while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12.
Right.
Okay.
Immediately while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12.
One of the 12 came with his people.
Okay, can you parse paragenetai?
I have no idea what. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. On SN, on ete, on my a tie.
You should be able to look at the English he gives you and parse it from there.
Well, is it is it present, middle passive indicative?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Judas 1 of 12. I
think it's a deponent, by the way.
Okay. Comes with his people.
Right. So you don't want to say came.
Yeah. Is coming. Is it is coming?
Right. Or coming. Yeah. So
Okay.
So and immediately while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, comes.
Okay. With his people.
Mm-mm.
No.
People. What would people be?
I don't know.
Okay. People would not be.
Laos.
Yeah.
So
It
crowd.
would not be aklos. Right.
Crowd. Okay. Okay.
So how would you say this altogether?
And immediately while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, comes with his crowd.
Okay, so you think Al2 is modifying aklos?
No, it's not.
Okay, well if it's not, then you got to say it differently. Why is Al2 in the genitive?
It's a genitive absolute.
Whoa, no, that there has to be a part for that.
Okay.
Why is it in the genitive?
Because yeah, because meta, it's a preposition.
Right, it's the object of the preposition meta.
So with the crowd.
Well, it looks like with him to me. I don't. So if I were to say it, I would say, and immediately, while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, comes, and with him a crowd. Or you can say in
Okay.
a crowd with him. Nonetheless, the preposition and Altu go together. Aklos is separated.
So with that's Calcep. Okay, and he comes with
Yeah, how else would you say it? And with him crowd?
that doesn't make sense.
Right.
And comes with him
And with him a crowd. Yeah.
and with
So
him
Judas, one of the 12, comes, and with him a crowd.
comes. Okay.
So that's just making sure grammatically you understand, because most people are going to want to do what you just did, and that's attach that Altu to Aklos.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
It's just not. You kind of just rush. Make assumptions.
Sorry. Yeah. You tend to.
Yeah. Okay, Joseph.
Okay.
I have to go soon. I'm sorry. I have to cut these out earlier. But do you want to talk about us meeting up, or you want to wait after this is not live?
Yeah. Either way, we probably don't want to schedule with everybody watching, but
Yes.
schedule a time for it. This is Interp, right?
Yes.
Go over text stuff. Okay.
Yep.
And I think Eric had some questions about text critical. Anybody watching this video, if you have questions, please don't feel lost. You can contact me. I will respond privately to Eric to make sure that he gets his questions answered. If you're having trouble using the chart or the information that was given to you from Dr. Champa, feel free to contact me about it. I can help you with that. And I can even schedule a time like I will with Aaron here to get together and go through it. So anyway, we'll end the broadcast here.